Hello, greetings everybody. Hey, what's going on, guys? Well, I pray and hope that this message reaches you out in the best of health, in the best of mind, and of course in the best of our spirit. In this video tonight, I want to talk a little bit, or a little, about the coup d'etat of Benin Republic. As many of you know, on Sunday, this past Sunday, a coup d'etat had taken place in Benin Republic. The coup d'etat was a successful coup d'etat. The military had already succeeded in taking over the presidential palace. They had also successfully seized the national TV station, the state TV station. As many of you have seen in one of their first videos, the first video that circulated the internet of the military declaring to have taken or announcing to have taken over power and have overthrown the French puppet, and that their ambition was to bring back to the Beninese people the freedom that they have not had for quite a long time because of France's imperialism, because of France and France's puppets.
Avec plus de foi et de discipline. Quant aux vaillantes populations, l'armée les invite à vaquer librement à leurs occupations dans la paix et la tranquillité. À la communauté internationale, le comité militaire de la refondation rassure que les engagements internationaux du Bénin ainsi que les droits humains seront respectés. Enfin, l'armée s'engage solennellement à donner au peuple béninois l'espoir d'une aube véritablement nouvelle où il règne la fraternité, la justice et le travail, symbole de notre unité nationale. Vive l'armée, vive la refondation de notre chère patrie, vive le Bénin, la République ou la mort, le peuple d'abord. Fait à Cotonou, le 7 décembre 2025. Communiqué. Le comité militaire pour la refondation CMR, réuni ce jour, dimanche 7 décembre 2025, à Cotonou, a délibéré et décidé ce qui suit. Monsieur Patrice Talon est démis de ses fonctions de président de la République. Le lieutenant-colonel Tigri Pascal est nommé président du comité militaire pour la refondation pour comité de ce jour, fait à Cotonou, le 7 décembre 2025.
What happened soon after? The coup was said to have been a failed coup d'etat. You understand? It went from a coup d'etat to attempted coup d'etat to a failed coup d'etat within just a few hours. Later on, we came to understand that actually it was France that has intervened. Because there in Benin, there's already a French military stationed in Benin. France's imperialistic, colonialistic military. They are stationed in Benin Republic. And their reason of being stationed there is only for these such actions. To make sure that West Africa is never free. That is the only reason why French military or European military generally exists in any African country. Their only purpose is to make sure that we remain under their control, remain under their social, political, and economic control. They don't want to leave us alone, and they are never going to leave us alone without a bloodshed. Because they understand that leaving us alone will have themselves in trouble, will put themselves in a huge trouble. You understand? They will have a hard time existing on this planet Earth without us. That's the reality. That's the reality. They will have a hard time existing on this planet Earth without we, the African people, without the wealth of the African continent, the mineral wealth, the natural resources of the African continent. That's why they are there in our continent. You understand? So what happened on that Sunday, last Sunday, of the coup d'etat? What happened is that France interfered. France sent its military. France didn't want to actually directly intervene. Although French military had already moved in discreetly, they moved into the presidential palace. They just they had already the plan already. Benin is like France's colony. You understand? Just like most of France's so-called former colonies. They are still colonized by France, apart from Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. Apart from these three countries, no French former colony is free. They are all still colonized. You understand? They're only given a little amount of political power. You understand? But the economy, the system, and everything else is still controlled by France. That's why, despite these former French, so-called former French colonies, despite them being some of the richest on this planet Earth in terms of our primary mineral wealths, these countries are still some of the poorest people on the face of this planet Earth. And they are all troubled. Terrorism here, rebellion here, tribal war here. All behind it all is France and France's secret services. France has to keep our countries troubled in order for France to keep having a military presence in our countries. You understand? And through that France's military presence in our countries, France gets to control the natural resources of our countries, like France was doing in Mali, like it was doing in Niger, like it was doing in Burkina Faso. The people of these countries woke up, they manned up, they stood up, they said, France, get your ass out of here. We don't want you here anymore. We understood your nasty games. We don't want your fucking ass here anymore. They chased France away. Now they are developing fast. They control the gold, the uranium, the coltan, the lithium, and everything else these three countries have. It is under their full control today, and they are developing. You see. So what happened on Sunday is that France, one of France's puppets, Patrice Talon, understood that he is like almost overthrown. He's lost control of his country. He's lost his rulership. His rulership, his dictatorship is finished. Patrice Talon has immediately contacted France's embassy through text message. They contacted France's embassy to let France's embassy know that, to let France's ambassador, to let France's ambassador in Benin Republic know that he is in trouble. To let France's ambassador in Benin Republic know that he is in trouble. That the ambassador should contact Emmanuel Macron instantly and let him know that it is time for France and for Emmanuel Macron to show him that they do care about their servants. To let him know that they do care about their puppets. He said, France, I have served you for as long as I have been the president of Benin Republic. Now I am in trouble. I want you to see what you're going to do for me. And the last thing France would want to see today is losing the control of another West African country. That is the last thing France would want to see after losing the control of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, which were very strategic areas for France's imperialism, for France's neocolonialism, and for France's sick desire to control the African people and the wealth of our countries. France, after losing these three countries, the last thing France would want to see is to see itself losing another country, especially the Republic of Benin. France understands that once Patrice Talon is fallen and another government takes place, if it is a military, there is no any doubt they will ally with Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. They will join the Sahel Confederation status instantly without even wasting a time. You understand? And when they join the Sahel Confederation states, what will happen is that this, as you guys know, one of the things that's keeping Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger in a bit of struggle is that they don't have sea. You understand? They don't have sea through which to directly import goods. This is really giving the three countries a bit of hard time. They have to depend on like Benin Republic, on Ghana, or on the Republic of Guinea-Conakry. You understand? So France fears once Benin Republic has fallen, given the countries having a sea, what will happen is that that will be the end of the struggle for the RAS, for the Sahel Confederation states importation issues, like harbor issues, to have a harbor or seaport, however you want to call it. If Benin joined the RAS, that means that's the end, not only for the imperialism and the sick neocolonialism of France, but for the imperialism and the sick neocolonialism of the collective West. The West, the last thing that the West would want to see happen is to lose the control of African resources. You understand? That is the last thing they would want to see happen. Imagine throughout history how many African presidents they have eliminated just to keep the African people under their control. They have eliminated Patrice Lumumba. They have eliminated Sylvanus Olympio. They have eliminated Amilcar Cabral. They have eliminated what is that revolutionary? What is the name of that revolutionary of Mozambique? Samora Machel. They have eliminated countless patriotic African leaders whom, if they had time to rule or to lead their countries, Africa wouldn't be in its current situation, because Africa has everything that it takes to be the world's #1 superpower, and the African people, the most prosperous people on the face of this planet Earth. And that is the last thing the imperialistic, neocolonialistic Western systems would want to see happen. No. They don't want to see the Negro doing good. No. That goes against their collective conscience. That goes against their collective beliefs. You understand? So, to get back to the situation of Benin Republic and the coup d'etat, which was destroyed, the coup d'etat, the liberation of the Benin people, which was prevented by France and France's puppet Tinubu. So when Patrice Talon contacted France and let France know that I'm about to lose power, we have to do something. Do whatever that you can to get me saved from this coup d'etat. And I promise you to give you billions. I promise to be the puppet of France for eternity. Emmanuel Macron grabbed his phone. He contacted Tinubu. He contacted Alassane Ouattara of the Ivory Coast. And he contacted Bola Tinubu of Nigeria. He had also contacted the president of Ghana, John Mahama. He also contacted the president of Togo, Republic of Togo, Faure Gnassingbé. But Faure Gnassingbé and John Mahama denied. They said, we don't want to get into trouble with the people of Benin Republic. No. We don't want. Because this is a very dangerous game. You think, you listen to a Western power to go and bombard Benin Republic. You think that will be the end? Okay, the coup has failed. But you think that's the end? You are having business with military leaders who will be struggling to fuck you up for eternity. They will struggle as long as they live to make sure that you, that prevented their coup d'etat, you never have peace of mind. Your country never have peace of mind. That's what Bola Tinubu has stupidly gotten himself into. Listen to Emmanuel Macron. You want to please Emmanuel Macron, who is sleeping in L'Elysée in France, miles, thousands of miles away from you. You are in your jungle there. You are incapable. You and your Nigerian army are incapable to handle 2 Boko Haram militants. They are kidnapping people day and night, every hour of the day. They are bombarding, beheading, and aliving people day and night. You cannot deal with them. You cannot handle them. You cannot get rid of these little Boko Haram fighters. You go and make yourself enemies with the Benin Republic's army and with the people of Benin Republic. You have a problem. You never see anything. Now you will understand real game. Now you will understand real game. You think you will get away with this? You think the coup d'etat is failed and that is the end? No. Now is the beginning of the game. But I am very sorry. It's the Nigerian people who are going to pay heavy prices for this. Your stupid actions, Bola Tinubu. It's the Nigerian people who are going to pay heavy price. Just wait in the coming days to see what happened. If you had 10 people kidnapping every day, now it will go from 10 people to hundreds of people kidnapping and hundreds of bombardments. That's what you should prepare yourself for. I think your army said they are tough. Now they will see. Now they will see. But like I said earlier, it is the Nigerian people who are going to pay heavy prices for the stupid decisions of Bola Tinubu. Yeah, Emmanuel Macron tells you to go and bombard Beninese people. You take planes just because you don't pay for the fuel, just because you don't pay for the kerosene. You take planes, fly to go and bombard. It is said that in that bombardment of Bola Tinubu, the bombardment of Bola Tinubu that was ordered by France, as you guys know, France is the one that pushed Bola Tinubu to go and bombard. So in this bombardment, indiscriminate bombardment of Bola Tinubu, it is said that 70 plus civilians have lost their lives while in their sleep that night. 70 plus civilians have lost their lives. You understand? Because they just jumped. Emmanuel Macron says you have to go and bomb. We have to go and defend democracy. You have democracy in Africa? Fools. You have democracy in Africa? Where you don't control your economies, where you don't control the politics of your country, where you control nothing. You talk about democracy. You have democracy in Africa or anywhere else? No, we are defending democracy. You created democracy. Democracy is a European thing. It's not yours. You didn't create it. It's a European thing. It's the Europeans that it serves, not we as Africans. And also another thing to add is that yesterday, Malian military, okay, let me say the RAS, the Sahel Confederation States, composed of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, they have seized one Nigerian military cargo with 2 pilots and 9 other people, 9 passengers and 2 pilots. They were all military. They kind of flight in the air just like, they don't even know where they were going. They just took off and they started roaming about up there. Fools. They just took the plane, go up there and start roaming about. They lost their way. They want to go to Benin Republic. To go and bombard, they lost. They didn't know where to go. So they violated the airspace of the Sahel Confederation States. They immediately sent them signals. If you don't come down within this number of minutes, we will crash your plane instantly. We will take you down instantly. The cowards inside the plane begged them to let them land. That's how they landed in Burkina Faso. Nigerian people, how come you allow a dead man like Tinubu to be ruling over you? A man who is not even aware of himself, much less to be aware of Nigeria's affairs or the world affairs. How do you allow the United States of America and Britain and France to elect as your head of state a dead man, a man who can't even, who don't even know, a man who cannot even stand on his 2 feet? How do you allow yourselves to be led by this man? I can never understand this, your reality. People are on their feet everywhere in Africa, struggling, fighting, trying to free themselves from the wickedness of Western imperialism. You guys are just sitting, and you are some of the most suffering people in the whole of Africa. You understand? Everywhere it is you suffering. You go to Libya, you go to Morocco, you go to Mali, you go to anywhere it is you suffering everywhere, humiliated everywhere. You come to Italy, you go to Germany. Instead of uniting, standing up and free your country. Nigeria is a very rich country. You are supposed to be some of the most prosperous people on the face of this planet Earth. You have everything in Nigeria. You have the sea, you have everything. Oil, gas, thrown everywhere. Other countless mineral resources you have. But it's all controlled by France, Israel, the United States of America, and Britain. You get nothing. Nothing. Each one digging his own hole. It is time to stand up, Nigerians, and free your country. Stand up and free your country. Bola Tinubu is not your president. Bola Tinubu was elected by the United States of America, by Britain, and by France. And they elected him to defend their interests in Nigeria and in Western Africa. Not to take care of you Nigerian people, no. He don't care about you. Bola Tinubu is a CIA agent. He worked with the CIA in the early 90s on drug trafficking. He was a drug trafficker. You understand? The CIA has these documents. That's why he can never deny anything that the United States of America or the collective West asks him to do. He cannot deny. He cannot refuse. They will show his story, which is the last thing Bola Tinubu and his family would want anyone to know about. Man, it is very, very crazy. What Tinubu has done is very crazy. Really. You are fighting to prevent African freedom. We want to overthrow a worthless president. You go and bombard the military who are carrying out that heroic act, who have risked their life to try to free the people of the Republic of Benin from the imperialism and neocolonialism of France and France's allies. You go and bombard this military and prevent or undermine their action. We will not forgive you, Bola Tinubu. We will not forgive you. We will make you pay the heaviest prices for this action. Now you are facing with the IAS, the Sahel Confederation states. You are facing with the Beninese military, the revolutionary Beninese military. You are facing with all the people of the Sahel Confederation states, and you are facing with every Pan-Africanist, every conscious African. I'm not talking about the dummies. who only know how to eat and go and shit in the toilet. I'm talking about the conscious Africans who wanted to see Africa a free and prosperous continent after centuries of humiliation, degradation, and suffering. We will deal with you, Bola Tinubu. We will deal with you. We will make you run away from Nigeria. Ciao.